Stay tuned for the Splash Live. It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Woo, live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. How are you doing, beautiful? I'm doing great myself. I'm your host for today, Kevin McIntosh. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a lot to talk about per usual, so let's get straight into it. First and foremost, starting with some news that we all need to kind of know, just in case. There's some power line inspections that are underway specifically for Oakland County right now. So you should expect some possible helicopters riding around at a probably lower than usual height, I should say. They're actually just inspecting these high voltage power lines. They're doing it now through June 26th, essentially in different counties. But right now, Oakland County is one of those counties. Like I said, the helicopters are checking for lightning and damage wear to some of these high voltage antenna and power lines. Very important. We don't want to have any last minute power outages that we can't get to the root of, so I can completely understand this. And they're giving us this warning. ITC Michigan is giving us this warning just so we can prevent alarm. We want anybody to be scared if you see a helicopter riding a little bit lower than usual. So just to let you know, inspections are going on right now around Oakland County. Currently, they are aiming to identify maintenance needs and ensure safety compliance. So please just be aware of that, by the way. Also, if you want to find out more, oakgov.com in regards to some of the inspections going on with the helicopters. And tell a friend to tell a friend so that everyone is aware about that, by the way. Speaking of information and news we can all use, since the weather is starting to break, that means people are getting outside and grilling a little bit more. And the West Bloomfield Fire Department recently shared some grilling safety tips. Let me tell you, very, very necessary. If you watching on Civic Center TV right now, you can see the photo shared from the West Bloomfield Fire Department. They shared this on their Facebook from another Facebook page, but it's a perfect example of what can happen. What do you see wrong here? The grill is entirely too close to the house, first and foremost, and therefore did damage to the house. So, few things they want you to check for if you are grilling this season. 1, check your propane and gas tanks for any possible leaks. Please, that is something that you definitely want to do. And make sure your grill is clean by removing grease and all that buildup that's right there on that grill also, and the trays below the grill. Place the grill away from the home. Please, don't even put it on your deck. I know you just got your deck done. You want to put it there. If anything happens, just think worst case scenario. You don't want your deck, your brand new deck, on fire or damage. So keep it away from the deck. Put it in the yard or something like that, in the middle of the yard. Make sure the gas grill lit is closed, or I should say open, before lighting, and keep children and pets away at all times. Please. So we just want to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to this. So please don't leave your grill unattended. Also, that is very, very important. We just want you to be safe. And if you are grilling, please don't hesitate to share a plate right here at the Splash Live. If you want to find out more, look at those pictures. You can go to the Facebook WB Fire Department to check out the damage and the example that you don't want to be, by the way. Brand new date is set for the West Bloomfield Community Garage Sale. Now, it was originally planned for May 11th. It was unfortunately canceled, or I should say postponed. due to bad weather. And now it has been rescheduled for Saturday, June 8th, 2024, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Recreation Activities Center. You're watching on Civic Center TV Live. You can see some of the photos right here. Come out and do some exchanging with your community. What's one person's trash is another person's treasure. Trust me. So you might not find any value in some things. Get rid of some things. Put it out there and let other people come. Shop local. Repurpose some of these items, etc., etc. And also, Donut Envy Food Truck will be on site until 11:30. Oh, you had me right there at food truck, especially donuts. I appreciate that. Find out more about what's going on specifically with the garage sale. Go to the website, wbparks.org, Facebook, WB Parks also. Give you a little bit more information regarding what's going on with that. But WB Parks also putting on more amazing events locally here in West Bloomfield, specifically the second Kids Commotion concert is set June 20th, which is a Thursday. If you missed the first one, don't worry about it. Like we said, we have this June date set officially Thursday, June 20th. It is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Nice little midday event for you to go out there with the kids and the entire family. They have a live performance from the Children's Theater of Michigan. Being out there dancing and singing, getting the kids all involved and whatnot, letting them use all of that energy. Trust me. Not that the kids aren't in school, let them use all that energy any way that they can. You'll thank me later for that. The event is once again taking place at Marsh Bank Park, and it is absolutely free to join. For sure, if you need more information, you can go to WB Parks website, wbparks.org, or of course, visit them on Facebook at WB Parks as well. Now, music is in the air, and it's coming from Sylvan Lake. The Sylvan Lake concert series is back this summer and is bringing the community together and getting residents on their feet. And specifically, we want to thank the entire local community and local bands for possibly making that happen. And last night, they kicked off the series with a performance from the Working Girls and actually going out there on live, on location. The Splash Live's very own working girl, Peyton Skyver, actually has the story.
There's no better way to kick off the summer season than with some live music by the lake. The Sil Sunsets concert series is back here in Sylvan Lake, and residents are meeting up to hang out with their neighbors, enjoy this beautiful weather, and listen to some local live music.
Through the help of myriad residents, many of whom know musicians, I made calls, I negotiated, I implored, and before you knew it, we're in season 5. There are maybe 13 or 14 shows on the calendar. It's resident-driven wholly, which means the donations come in, cash. We return bottles and cans. Last year, upwards of 32,000 to help budget this. So when I say resident-driven, it couldn't be more grassroots and organic and joyful in that way.
I love concerts. I'm involved in music myself, and the fact that we have something like this popping up in our neighborhood is just glorious to me. I mean, it's a beautiful place to live, and all these little concerts that they're doing just make it even more wonderful as far as I'm concerned. It's something regularly to look forward to, which is a really cool thing. Several of the artists that show up here this summer, I know personally, so that's always a lot of fun. And it's just it's another reason to love the summertime.
I regularly come to the concerts in Sylvan Lake. I love that all the neighbors come together and hang out and have great music. One of my favorite things to do is to listen from the boat. Be out on the water and have music is always a great time.
I'm grateful that after 4 full seasons, we're looking at the 5th, so many of the people that you will see tonight, that you will maybe pan the camera, they did not know each other last summer. They didn't know each other 2 years ago. So it's the introductions that make me happy. It's the toe tapping. It's the dancing in the streets. It's the people that after the show walk home together, new neighbors, or new acquaintances rather. For me personally, it's that sense of true unity in our community that inspires me to try it again, year 5.
These concerts are not only a great way to listen to some live local music, but also a great way to bring the community together for a night of fun. Everyone is invited, not just residents, so make sure to check out the Spirit of Sylvan Facebook page for more information on when the next concert will be held. With Civic Center TV, I'm Peyton Skyver.
Thank you again for that story, Peyton. Great information to talk about. A lot of things happening out there in Sylvan Lake for you to enjoy. But speaking of concerts in Sylvan Lake, they have another one coming up very, very soon. You might be familiar with it. The Barbershop Concert is also returning, and it's featuring the Pontiac Waterford Band, I should say Big Chief Chorus. Actually, they will be performing live Tuesday, June 4th, 7 p.m. at the Sylvan Lake Community Center, the Barbershop Concert. Great event for you to come out to. Also, if you want to enjoy some great music right there in Sylvan Lake, that is another place, another thing for you to kind of put on your calendar. Now, for the admission, I should say, they are just looking for donations that benefit the chorus as well as the Well of Waterford charity. So just bring some donations, and that's all they pretty much need for admission, and refreshments will be provided also. So another reason for you to possibly pitch in and donate some things for a great cause. Find out more about that concert, Barbershop Concert, at sylvanlake.org to get more information regarding that. Now, speaking of big business, let's get into it. Dave Coulter joined us yesterday for a brief discussion on a new initiative right here in Oakland County, and it's centered around local manufacturers and 3D printing. You got my attention as soon as you saw that. So Brooke Allen sat down with the executive for an extended discussion on their new initiative called Project Diamond. And to learn more about this extensive program, we have Brooke Allen talking about it.
Well, I am lucky enough to be joined by Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter. Dave, of course, big news for you on the island, and a big press conference all about 3D printing.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
There's a simple idea, but it is amazing, and we created the program in Oakland County, so we're kind of bragging. It's called Project Diamond, and the idea of it was birthed during COVID, when a lot of our small manufacturing companies were suffering. They weren't producing much and worried about laying off people. So instead of just giving them money to keep the doors open, we gave them 3D printers, and we tried to convince them, and we have convinced them, that if you use these printers to make some of the parts that you make now, two things will happen. Number one, the cost will come way down.
Okay.
For instance, we talked about an example today where a guy was making a part for cars that was about $100 to produce on the big stamping machines. On his printer, he can make it for $1.
Seriously?
So $1. So that gets a business person's attention, right?
For sure.
You're
Got my
gonna save me
attention.
$99 on a $100 part?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were open to doing it.
Okay.
But the magic of the program is this. The computer that he has, the 3D printer that he has, is connected to other 3D printers. They can all work simultaneously together. So for an order that he or she couldn't get because it was too large, global kind of sized order,
right,
they can get a piece of that now because they can be part of a network that bids on those products. And so not only do their costs go down, but they can compete for more contracts. It's a game changer for small manufacturers, and we're trying to keep manufacturing in Michigan, helping Michigan to compete globally with manufacturers, and Project Diamond is the way to do it.
Okay, so Project Diamond. And I have this handy little pen here that says always moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you think of when you think of Oakland County, right?
That's become kind of our theme, is just let's keep pushing forward. Everything's not going to work, everything won't be perfect, but let's just keep pushing forward. Sometimes my staff will say, another idea, Dave, another thing, and I'm like, look, we didn't come here to keep the seats warm. We came here to sort of push our county forward because these are tough times, and Michigan, I feel like, is at this precipice of we could continue to be arsenal democracy, the leading innovative state that we used to be, or we could continue to keep falling behind. And it's up to those of us in leadership now to keep pushing Michigan forward. And so I'm really proud that the governor saw this program that we did and said, this is what we really announced this morning is we're going to take your Project Diamond project and take it statewide. This will work for manufacturers all over the state.
All over the state. So it's not just, you're not just keeping it in Oakland County.
So today we expanded it from Oakland County to
statewide.
To Wayne and Macomb were there with us because they're going to go get in on the program.
Okay.
And the governor wants to take it statewide.
And that's amazing.
I'm really proud of the fact that she saw the value in it, and that it was birthed in Oakland County. So very proud of that.
So when you think about Michigan, and you said, you know, always pushing forward or stay behind, where do you think we fall right now?
It depends on the category. Some things we're falling behind.
Okay, give me an example.
One of them is population, and obviously that was a big topic of conversation up here on the island last year, and then a big report was produced, and I don't want that report to just collect dust on a shelf like a lot of reports do.
Right.
It's important for Michigan to grow, and we're not growing at the rate of other states, and we need to. We need talent. So what can we do? One of my favorite pieces in that report that I feel passionately about is transit. Young people want other transportation options besides a car, right?
Yeah, you've been talking about this for a long time, right?
20 years.
Yeah.
But we're at a point now, I think, where people are finally getting serious about it.
Okay.
So let's do transit. Let's do affordable housing, because it's gotten really expensive for young people to stay here or move here.
Right.
So let's talk about affordable housing. Let's talk about transit. Let's talk about these things. And I would also throw in immigration, because the only reason Oakland County is growing is because of foreign-born residents. You live in Oakland County. You know it's a very diverse place.
It is, very much so.
Indian community, Chaldean community, Jewish community, a very diverse place, Asian Americans, and we need to encourage more of that. We need them to come to Oakland County and help us grow and prosper.
So how do you envision that happening?
That one's tough because immigration has gotten so political.
Right.
It's got caught up in the whole Washington, D.C. narrative of illegal immigrants and all the like.
Right.
I think we need to change the narrative to say immigration can be a great thing. We're here because our forefathers were immigrants, right?
Yes.
How do we encourage the immigrants of tomorrow to come here in a legal way, in the right way, with the skills that we need to help us compete as a country in the 21st century? That's the way we should be talking about immigration.
Right. So what do you think of, if you had one thing right now that you could change in Oakland County, what would it be?
Wow. You know, I mean, we don't need like a single, none of these projects or problems really have a silver bullet. I've been at this too long to know there's no silver bullets. If there are, somebody would have thought of it by now. Sure. It's what we just said. Just every day, try to keep moving forward. Try to tackle these problems. New problems will come up. New opportunities will come up. Just keep pushing forward. We can't get discouraged, and it's easy to get discouraged. The political climate is crazy. The social climate can be nuts, but I'm an optimist and I'm collaborative, and I'm willing to work with anybody of any party or any wherever that wants to try to work on problems together. So it's not a single thing. It's just every day being willing to sit down and talk and move forward.
It's the pen. Everyone needs a pen. Well, it's always a pleasure, Dave Coulter, to talk to you.
Thank you.
It's, I knew you as mayor in Ferndale.
You did. We had some good coffee.
Yes, we had some good
coffees
together then. Good coffees together
It wasn't just fine Mackinac China, but it's beautiful.
So beautiful. So one more question.
All right.
All right. Any future political goals for you?
Well, I'm up for re-election this year.
Yeah.
So my immediate goal is to get reelected.
Okay.
I hope I've done enough to convince the voters of Oakland County to give me another 4 years. So that's what I'm focused on.
So that's your focus?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk in another 4 years about where you're going
We'll
then.
talk next year, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Brooke, for that story and that interview with the Oakland executive Dave Coulter. Great information if you do want to keep up to date with Project Diamond, talking about 3D printers and how it's helping out local manufacturers and business owners. Something that definitely caught my attention. You can check them out and follow them on the Oakland County Executive's Office Facebook page, I should say, oakgov.eo. Or of course, you can go directly to the website, of course, oakgov.com to find out more information. Now, since we are keeping things Oakland County, keeping things right here local like we do here on the Splash Live, just to let you know, Saturday, June 1st is National Trails Day. And we are celebrating right here in West Bloomfield with a few events. Specifically, the Michigan Airline Trail actually has an event going on tomorrow, or I should say Saturday, June 1st. Table to Table Bike Trail is happening June 1st. So join us right here on the Splash Live. Trail manager for the Michigan Airline Trail, John Hensler. Thank you so much for joining us. And can you first just tell us a little bit more about this event and how it came about in the first place?
So first off, I'll give you a little bit of background on the Airline Trail. The Airline Trail is a 7.5 mile multi-use pathway. It's one of Michigan's newest rail trails. We started construction in 2019 and wrapped it up last year. We go through the towns of Wixom, Walled Lake, and Commerce Township in western Oakland County. And this event, the Table to Table Ride, this is the third year we've done it. And it's basically a 25 mile, as you mentioned, a 25 mile round trip ride that starts at Drafting Table, which is a brewery in downtown Wixom, and goes to along the Airline Trail, the West Bloomfield Trail, and a little bit of the Clinton River Trail, ends up at Sylvan Table, hence the name Table to Table, and ends up Sylvan Table, which is a farm to table restaurant in the town of Sylvan Lake. And then you'll step there, have lunch, and then turn around and ride back. So yeah, it's about 25, maybe 26 miles total round trip.
Ooh, man, John, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love to get out. I love to be active. I was just at the gym yesterday. Yesterday was leg day. Today I'm feeling it, John. I got to sit down just to use the bathroom. 25 miles would burn my legs out. So I'm not there yet. Do you have any other, besides this event, do you have any other events that you all do, maybe like some shorter paths or anything like that? Just curious, just curious.
We actually do. And later in the summer, actually at the end of summer, September 8th, that's a Sunday, we have an event that we're calling the Hat Trick Ride, which gets you onto 3 trails. And that's only 15 miles total riding. So that's a little bit less. And by the end of the summer, hopefully people will be up in shape that they can do that. But the Hat Trick Ride goes starts at Drafting Table in Wixom, goes the other way, goes west on the Huron Valley Trail, and goes down to South Lyon, where there's a great brewery called Witch's Hat, and also goes over to Draft Horse Brewery in New Hudson. So so that's a fun afternoon as well, where people can kind of ramble along the trails. And on the western side of our trail, and the Huron Valley Trail is very scenic. Behind me, that's just a picture of the trail in Commerce Township, which is lovely. But we've got some really nice tree canopies and things like that further west on the trail. So nice. It's a good time.
Oh man, I agree with that. Great time indeed. You catch it on a great weather day. Good people out there, good vibes. Like you said, you're already stopping by 2 different local businesses, supporting them too. So let's go into that then, John. I want to speak about that. Obviously, that takes some type of collaboration between different businesses. So first and foremost, why these specific businesses? Is it because you want the name Table to Table, coincidentally? Or is it, you try different businesses? Or is it like, what's the connection between these businesses? And just talk about the importance of the collaboration.
Yeah, Table to Table worked out really well just because the Drafting Table Brewery and Sylvan Table Restaurant, they are both right on the trail. I mean, the trail, you can see them both from where you're sitting there having your beer or your dinner. So that's very cool, and it's important to get all those businesses that are along the trail introduced to people that might not know about them. And so you might not know about downtown Wixom. You might not realize that the trail goes right through downtown Wixom, goes by a great Mexican restaurant, goes by a coffee shop that's actually called Trail's Edge Cafe. It's literally right on the edge of the trail, which is kind of cool. But then as you proceed through Walled Lake and Commerce Township, there's lots of other bars and restaurants and things like that we want people to be using, whether you're a local resident or you're visiting the trail for the first time or you're doing the Great Lakes Lake Trail. Our trail is a key part of the 275-mile Great Lake to Lake Trail that starts in South Haven and goes all the way to Port Huron. And about 80% of that now is done. So it's all trails. The parts that are not done yet are on rural roads, so it's still easy to do. We've had a lot of people who have already done this route. You take a week and you go across the state.
What?
And you kind of hang out at places during the day and night, and there's all kinds of really good stuff to see. You go through Kalamazoo, you go through Jackson, you go through Mike Levine Lakelands Trail State Park in Livingston County, and Mike Levine is one of our trail benefactors. He ended up giving us quite a bit of money to do our engineering study that kind of kicked off our trail development.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's great. Our other big partner that I have to mention too is the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation. They ended up giving us $2.2 million as part of our local match for grants and things like that. So we've built the trail with state and federal funds and some private funds too, which is really nice.
Oh yeah, support. See, you kind of already answered my next question. I just wanted to go into the community support in general, to how to make these types of things happen, man. How important it is. First and foremost, the trail from South Haven to Port Huron. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
You did,
I got family inside. My dad and my family lives in South Haven, so I'm very familiar. But from there to Port Huron is crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's quite a nice thing. Michigan has more rail trail than any other state in the country, more developed rail trail than any other state in the country. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
Oh, I didn't.
But so Michigan is really truly the trail state, and we're adding more and more all the time. So it's very exciting to see. Downtown Pontiac is going to get a. I should also give a little shout out to the Clinton River Trail, which is one of our partner trails. They're having their 20th anniversary birthday party tonight, in fact. In Pontiac at Goldner Walsh Nursery at 7:00. If you want to come over, we'll be happy to have you over there for that too.
Absolutely. Thank you for putting that out there. Again, join us right here on the Splash Live. Michigan Airline Trail Manager John Hensley talking about the Table to Table Bike Trail, coincidentally on National Trails Day, June 1st. 25-mile round trip. I still can't get that. That's crazy, John. Okay,
the nice thing about it is you go 12 miles, and then you get a nice break, and then you.
Good point. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. So real quick. Any registration that's required for this? Are helmets required? Just give a little bit more information on how we can actually become part of this.
Yeah, so the trail, actually today is the last full day that we have our early bird pricing for the trail, so the timing is good. You can go to our website at miairlinetrail.com. There's a link right on the homepage there that'll take you to the table-to-table event registration on Eventbrite. The tickets for right now are $25, and then you also purchase whatever you want for lunch. There's a couple of Sylvan Table is a farm-to-table restaurant. They make great stuff. They have there's a smoked chicken and brie sandwich. There's also a veggie sandwich, and then they also have some chicken. This year we have a salad option too, so you can get a regular salad or a chicken salad too. And then anybody who participates, you get one of these. This is like a little tumbler with the logo etched on it. You really can't see it very well, but anyway. So we've got some swag for you too. So you will, and we're sponsored also by a bike shop in Walled Lake called Pedego Bikes. They're throwing a little bike light into the swag bag for everybody. And then Downtown Wixom is also one of our sponsors. So we're just trying to help spread the word that Western Oakland County is a great place to get on your bike and come out and check us out.
Man, John, that sounds like a nice time. So I'm assuming we're going to have some great weather, already great scenes, stopping by great restaurants and businesses, supporting them, getting some good merchandise and some swag from that. I don't see why we shouldn't all participate again. John, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time. Anything else that we missed? Anything else you want to get out to the community? I don't want to miss anything.
Nope. I think we're good. We're looking for the ticket prices will go up a little bit tomorrow, and then we're up till the day of, so people can register up to the day of. But if you want to save some money, check us out today.
I want to save money every single day, John. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much again, John Hensley, the Michigan Airline Trail Manager, talking about the Table to Table Bike Trail June 1st. We appreciate your time, sir.
Have a great day.
Yes, and thank you again to John Hensler from Michigan Airline Trail Manager, talking about the event that they have going on, Table to Table a great bike trail. 25 miles, I will not be there. But it's great for you to be there, great exercise. I highly encourage you to go. You want to find out more, go to their Facebook, MI Air Trail on Facebook. And of course, you can go to their website, miairtrail.com. MI standing for Michigan, by the way. Now, if you still want to hear more about trails, let me hear you say trail, yeah. Because we got more for you. June 1st is National Trails Day, and West Bloomfield Parks is having an event also celebrating National Trails Day. And join us right here on the Splash Live, giving us some more information. We have Abby Burgess, Community Engagement Coordinator with WB Parks, joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, Abby.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So we're talking about National Trails Day, and WB Parks have a special event going on too. So just first and foremost, what inspired this whole organization, this whole event, I should say, and just give us more details about it, please.
Absolutely. Well, I would say that the beautiful trails here we have in West Bloomfield absolutely inspired this event. So it is National Trails Day, and we did want to find a way to get the community involved and out and about. So tomorrow, June 1st, beginning at 8 a.m., we have our National Trails Day event. And we encourage participants to come and meet and park at Walnut Creek Middle School, and then head down the trail from there. Registration begins at 8 a.m. and beginning at 8 a.m. through 8:30, the first 150 participants will receive a free t-shirt. So that's incentive to get up and out early on the trail. And there's no registration required. It's completely free. We just want to see as many people as possible enjoying the beautiful weather and getting out and exploring all of the beautiful trails here in West Bloomfield.
Nice. So free event, no registration. You can get a free t-shirt if you show up early enough?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Okay,
First 150.
Yeah, okay, good. First 150, that's nice. Nice. Great incentive to get out there and try that trail. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I want you to correct me, Abby. Am I seeing that naturalists will also be available on the trail to answer questions and raise awareness about different things? Can you just talk about the role that the naturalists will be playing on this trail, please?
Absolutely. So we will have different nature education stops along the trail. We will have WB Park staff between the Walnut Creek Middle School trailhead all the way to our Arrowhead trailhead. Obviously, participants are able to walk as long as they would like, but we will have staff between those 2 points, and we'll have our naturalists on staff there with some nature education tables with different biofacts, just to help educate people a little bit about what they might see on the trail. And they'll also be there to answer any questions that people may have about things that they'll find along their way.
Nice, nice. It seems like it's a lot going on, a lot to celebrate. Speaking of celebrate, a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Arrowhead restroom will also take place. Is this correct?
Actually, so that is going to be delayed just a little bit, so it's something to look forward to. So that won't be taking place on June 1st just yet, but we are very excited that we will be putting up a brand new permanent restroom facility at the Arrowhead Trailhead for everyone who will be utilizing the trail. So you'll get to see a little bit of that on National Trails Day if you're walking by the Arrowhead kiosk. However, the restroom will not be open just yet, but we're very, very excited for when that will take place.
Nice, nice. So, okay, I'm glad you clarified that for us. But still, all in all, I know that was probably something that was a response to some feedback they got from the community in regards to, needing something along the trail or whatever the case may be. So I just want to applaud and give kudos to WB Parks in the community for actually responding and providing those type of resources for us. So join us right here on the Splash Live just to reset the show. WB Parks Community Engagement Coordinator Abby Burgess talking about what's going on with National Trails Day at WB Parks, things of that nature. So with this specific situation in this event, can you just tell us a little bit about the history of the trail and the event itself and how it pretty much came and grew, I should say, over the years?
Absolutely. So we're very fortunate here at West Bloomfield Park to be a part of the historic Rail to Trail trail system. So our West Bloomfield Trail is a part of that. It's a converted railroad track that was very historic here in Michigan, and they wanted to find a new way to repurpose that and utilize that and make sure that that beautiful green space didn't go to waste. So that is a part of that historic Rail to Trail trail network. So you'll get to see all of that beautiful landscape, and you're able to walk that now. And the West Bloomfield Trail is actually 6.8 miles. So we do want to let people know that however far you choose to walk, it's beautiful all the way. But however far you walk one way, you will have to walk that back to your vehicle. We don't have any transportation provided. But we're also very fortunate that the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society will also be opening the Orchard Lake Museum during our event. That'll be open between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. And that is along the West Bloomfield Trail as well. So you can always stop by and learn a little bit more about the history of the area, as well as a little bit of the history about the trail itself, and just some of the wonderful history we have here in West Bloomfield.
There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up with the West Bloomfield Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. So there's some other partnerships, collaborations, and sponsorships that are involved with this event also. Can you just talk about how they enhance the event, also the different partnerships and collaborations with WB Parks?
Absolutely. So we're very fortunate to have some wonderful sponsors for this event. This event is sponsored by Fleet Feet, ITC, and Waxing the City West Bloomfield. So having those sponsors just makes sure that we're able to provide the most wonderful experience possible. That also means that we're able to provide fun things like those free t-shirts for our first few visitors there. And this event would not be possible without our sponsors. We're very thankful for them. And this event would also not be possible without all of our wonderful West Bloomfield Park staff. So we're very, very thankful that we have such a dedicated staff, and we have very dedicated community partners that helps make things like this possible.
No, trust me, I get it. I know sponsorships are very important. So we want to take some time to thank our sponsors for making this happen. We always got to take time to do that, Abby. I get it. I get it. So since we are talking about outdoor running activities, things of that nature, we have to somewhat incorporate safety, right? So can we just talk about how WB Parks is ensuring safety for all participants during this event?
Absolutely. So we do want to remind people just to wear proper footwear. Just to make sure that you're comfortable while you're walking. It also is a big season for ticks, unfortunately. So just keeping basic tick safety in mind, wearing longer socks, possibly some longer pants if the weather allows for it. And just doing regular tick checks when you're walking through large areas of grass or any green spaces like that. Just being aware, because they're out and about just like we're out and about, so we want to make sure that everyone's staying safe. And then also being very conscious at any intersection crossings. West Bloomfield is very fortunate to have lots of crossing lights, like our hawk lights that we've installed in certain areas. So just being very conscious of vehicles, and when you're driving, being very conscious of pedestrians, just so that everyone can cross the street and utilize the trail safely.
No, absolutely, absolutely get that. And I'm glad you explained that too. So one last thing, or I guess one of the last things before I let you go, Abby, is there any way that the community, anything that the community can do to kind of contribute, not only just to National Trails Day, the event, but maybe just to the specific trail in general? What can we do as a community to kind of make sure that it's maintained and we're all getting involved in some type of way, even beyond this specific event?
Absolutely. That's a wonderful question. So first and foremost, people can participate by getting out and utilizing the trail. It's really such a beautiful trail network, and we're so fortunate. So getting to see everybody out and using it is so wonderful. That's what it's there for. So we really want to encourage the community to utilize that wonderful amenity. Some ways that people can help out is just by being conscious of anything like litter, making sure that you're using the proper trash and recycling receptacles. And another big one is cleaning up after your dog properly. We want to make sure that that dog waste doesn't end up in the groundwater or in our waterways, and that we're keeping everything clear. So there's lots of dog waste stations along the trail, as well as those proper trash and recycling receptacles. So just having everyone be conscious that they're doing their part to keep everything clean.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm glad you talked on the ticks, dogs, litter, all of that. Keep it clean, clean up after yourself, even if you didn't make the mess. Come on, man, if you see it, let's clean it up, let's pick it up. So it just involves everybody kind of helping out and pitching out. Now, Abby, I guess we kind of wrapped that up, but I know WB Parks has a lot going on all the time. Anything else you want to give the community a heads up about, even though I'm sure we'll probably have someone else on sometime later next week? Anything you want to tell us about coming up?
Absolutely. So we have such a wonderful summer season coming up, and we're so excited. We really want to encourage the community to get out and enjoy all of these beautiful parks that we have. So we've got lots of wonderful events coming up. We have all of our kids concert series, our kids commotion concert series, as well as our Marshbank music concert series. And then we've also got lots of wonderful nature-based events coming up. So if anyone is interested, they can head over to our website at wbparks.org and check out our summer guide. That has all of our summer classes, all of our summer programs, our camps, our events, everything is listed right there for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that time, for that information, Abby. National Trails Day, Saturday, June 1st, an event by WB Parks that you definitely want to be a part of. We appreciate you, Abby Burgess, Community Engagement Coordinator, for joining us on the Splash Live.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Per usual, we appreciate that. That's a good thing. There's a couple different things going on for National Trails Day, giving you a reason to get outside and enjoy yourself and, get a little bit of physical exercise. So you want to find out more about what WB Parks has going on with National Trails Day, visit them on their Facebook, WB Parks, or of course, go directly to their website, wbparks.org as well. So since we know that National Trails Day is Saturday, June 1st, there's a lot more that we will be talking about, but I want you to stay right there. We are live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join our team as we highlight people and events that are making an impact in the greater West Bloomfield area. Catch us live Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. And we know that we've talked about National Trails Day, Saturday, June 1st. But today, National Save Your Hearing Day. And it aims to raise awareness about the importance of protecting your hearing from damage. Something that's very important if you ask me, especially in an age where we have a lot of Bluetooth earphones, earbuds, and everybody's just tuning everybody out. So join us right here on the Splash Live. We have a professional, a specialist, audiologist from Direct Hearing West Bloomfield, Nina Lopatin, joining us on the Splash. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
Yes, Lopatin. Sorry about that, but thank you so much for joining us. Lopatin, we appreciate it. So we want to talk about hearing, saving our hearing more specifically. What are some things that kind of commonly does hearing damage that you hear or see from your perspective?
Oh, what does hearing damage? Well, when I'm talking with my patients, we go through a history, and part of that history involves family history of hearing loss. It involves having, if they're experiencing tinnitus or ringing in the ears. I also ask them about noise exposure, past or present. What's noise exposure? Well, I'm a baby boomer, and listening to concerts live, that is huge in terms of noise exposure, as well as people who work in, who do lawn care or mow their lawn, use chainsaws, things like that. I see a lot of my patients do a lot of hunting and shooting. They're either outside hunting or they're on the range shooting skeet and things like that. As you said, Kevin, with people with earbuds, listening to them too loudly. Those are the kind of noise exposure that can be effective in, that can affect your hearing over time.
Very, very interesting. Now, some of these things that you mentioned, it just seems like you don't even think twice about it, right? Going to a concert, chainsaws, that type of thing. Like you can drive by some things like it could be indirectly affecting you. You could just drive through a highway, or somebody can be doing construction near your home and you can just hear a lot of loud noises. So some things you don't even really have a control of. So with that being said, what are some ways that we can help prevent that hearing loss, or, prevent, damage from all of the different distractions and noises?
Well, it does take a significant amount of time and a lot of very loud noise over time to affect your hearing. So when you're putting yourself in a situation that you'll be exposed for a long period, what should you do? You should wear hearing protection. No harm, no foul wearing noise canceling headphones if you go to a concert. The squishy little things, they're great too. Use those if you're going to be doing the lawn, things like that. If you're doing hunting and shooting, you should prepare by having well-fitting hearing protection too. In life, Kevin, you're going to walk through construction sites. You're going to walk down, drive down the street. It's noise exposure at a loud level for a long period of time that has the greatest effect.
Okay, kind of a random question. Is there like a certain age range where people, or you tend to see some clients kind of lose their hearing or kind of see damage? Or is there an age range by any chance?
Well, I'm not going to give you an age, Kevin,
Okay, I apologize.
but over time, our hearing gradually decreases just based on the anatomy of the ear.
Right.
So throughout your life, and you expose yourself to living life large and all the experiences that you enjoy.
Right.
So to give you a date as to when your hearing changes, it's not realistic because, as I said, hereditary plays a part, and all that kind of stuff. The benefit, when should you start being attuned to your hearing? Well, I provide a baseline hearing evaluation at no charge. So there's no harm, no foul to come in for that.
Okay.
That's when you can start. Any age is appropriate. Oftentimes it takes a person with hearing loss up to 4 years to come in for testing. Why? Because their families are the ones who are frustrated trying to communicate and hear with a person with hearing loss.
Interesting. Okay, and thank you for clarifying that for me. I completely understand. It may not be a certain age at all. It just probably much just depends on your lifestyle, your environment, your culture, what you consume, that nature. So thank you for providing that, which is why we have a professional on the Splash Live. Joining us right now, audiologist from Direct Hearing, Nina Lopatin, joining us on the Splash. Did I say that correct?
Lopatin.
Thank you.
I'll answer to anything, Kevin.
I appreciate that. But okay, so from your professional experience and things, what advancements in technology or just in general in hearing and audiology has helped your clients or just people in general that you've seen?
More recently, if hearing aids are the next appropriate step, my patients actually get to test drive the hearing aids for a couple of weeks in their own world so they can experience the benefit. What do they love? They love being connected to their cell phones through their hearing aids for talking on their phones and also for using an app to help them manage hearing and understanding in difficult listening situations. The point and the goal, in my opinion, of wearing hearing aids, hearing instruments, is to make my patients' lives easier. Because, Kevin, people don't realize how much effort it takes to hear and understand.
Gotcha.
So the technology that you're referring to, the hearing instruments themselves are extremely complex computers that are helping people understand speech in difficult situations. So the bonus technology about being able to have private phone calls, being connected with your hearing aids to your cell phone, and also being able to use an app to affect change.
I think Okay. Thank you. I think we just had a little bit of interruption, but thank you for providing that information. I would also assume, like you said, that a lot of the technology and the different things, the apps, makes a great difference in measuring, kind of gauging things, and being a little bit proactive in finding out, being preventive with some of the hearing loss, I should say, more effectively. What advice would you give to anyone who is hesitant about getting their hearing tested, or even just coming to visit an audiologist?
Well, hearing loss doesn't hurt, so often it's ignored. As I said, I provide a baseline hearing evaluation at no charge. That doesn't hurt either. It's just a good practice to know where you're hearing at this point in time. So start now. No harm, no foul. Just get your baseline test. Come back every year, every 2 years, just to monitor, just to keep track of where you're hearing at this point in time.
Completely understand. And we appreciate your time again. Any last words, important information that the community should know about hearing loss, audiology, or anything of that nature before we let you go?
Untreated hearing loss is associated with dementia. So getting your hearing tested early is related to being proactive and keeping your brain healthy as well.
Yes. So another thing to kind of look out for, and if you start to see some signs, please go see a professional like an audiologist. From Direct Hearing, Nina Lopayton joined us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Very welcome. You take care.
Absolutely. National Save Your Hearing Day. I'm glad we kind of discussed that. That's something that's extremely important if you ask me, especially with a lot of different things that we discussed that could be distractions that you don't have control over. Everyone has an AirPod or Bluetooth thing in their ear, so it's good that we actually have the time to talk about that. So thank you again to Nina Lopayton for joining us about that and getting out more information. For more, you can visit her website, directhearing.biz, B-I-Z, or go directly to the Facebook, Direct Hearing Nina on Facebook. We got a few more things to cover before we let you go, so make sure you stick around. We are live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Bringing you stories and memories from Orchard Lake, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
That's right, live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. Greatly appreciate you for being here. First and foremost, it's been a very eventful week, and many special moments across the community have been captured by our team here at Civic Center TV about a lot of things that happen across the community. More specifically, Wednesday evening, West Bloomfield High School's graduation commencement ceremony at Pine Knob Music Theater. I know it is DTE Music Theater, but we had a great turnout there, live streamed the program. Also, you can see some of the pics from West Bloomfield School District's Facebook capturing some of these great moments from the rites of passage as the highly anticipated class basically transitioned from being students to young adults and alumni. So congratulations again to the entire class of 2024. Great weather, great turnout for their event. And if you want to check out the entire live stream of it, you can catch the rebroadcast on our website, of course, civiccentertv.com. Of course, you can check it on Facebook, Civic Center TV 15, and YouTube, Civic Center TV also. Congratulations again to all the graduates class of 2024. There's an event going on coming up in June. If you want to get out that crochet and that knit and you want to use some of those skills, we have a great environment for you. Knits and Kibitz class on June 10th will be held at Temple, Israel. You stop by, casual afternoon of knitting and crocheting. Bring out your materials. Bring out your fiber-friendly friends. Something that our producers put in there. But it's a great thing for you to kind of get together with like-minded individuals and knit some new things. I'm actually seeing a lot of great things knitted or crocheted nowadays. Hats, socks, shoes. So I'm seeing some great things. And yeah, it seems like something I might have to get into also. So a lot of great things going on. Also have coffee, tea, refreshments being served there. Snacks, I should say. But it is absolutely free, but they are asking that you at least register a week in advance. So that would be Monday, June 3rd, for you to go ahead and register and take advantage of that. Please do so. Knits and Kibitz, that event going on June 10th, Temple, Israel. Like we did say, for more information, go directly to their website, temple-israel.org, temple-israel.org, or directly on their Facebook, Temple Israel, Michigan, Temple Israel, MI, also for you to check that out. Now, if you are looking for things to keep your child busy, they may not go to a camp this summer, but how about you keep their brain mentally stable, right? Checking out the summer reading kickoff event happening at the West Bloomfield Library this weekend, actually. Now, it's an event that's actually starting Saturday, June 1st. It's a program, I should say. But essentially, they are celebrating with a few different things going on. They are going to have putt-putt, bounce houses, crafts, sweet treats. And this is for all ages, by the way. They're encouraging children, adults, parents, all to come outside. They even have a magic show that will be there with comedian and magician, comedian and magician Cameron Zavara, Cameron Zavara. So that'll be interesting to check out. That magic show starts 11:30, June 1st. A lot of things going on at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library for you to check out. Like we said, it is designed for children and adults. Please plan to come there with your children. Do not drop your children off. This is not daycare. We want you to be there. We do highly encourage you to also register in advance if you are, and just register your children, because we are assuming that you will be there with them also. So we just wanted to put that out there. If you want to find out more information regarding that, you want to register or whatever the case may be, please visit them directly on the website, I should say, West Bloomfield Township Public Library, WBLIB.org, or of course they are on Facebook, West Bloom LIB on Facebook, for you to get more information. And I want you to check out the event as well as dig a little bit deeper into the summer reading program as well. There is a special event going on this weekend as well in Sylvan Lake, and it makes it special because it could be its last. It's the Sylvan Lake Parks and Rec's 19th annual Sylvan Shuffle, and they are announcing that it could be its last Sylvan Shuffle, by the way. It is a race, by the way, in case you aren't informed about it. It's a race that takes place throughout the entire prettiest little city in Michigan, and it offers something for the entire family. Now, there are different types of races. There's a 5K race for adults and people of all ages, children also, but then they also do have a separate 1K that'll be for the children also, for them to participate in. We highly encourage all participants, the community, to come out and support this, what could be its very last event. So we want to hold on tight to it and cherish it. Go out there and see some of the people in the community. It's going to start at the Sylvan Lake Community Center, and it's also going to end right there at the Community Center, and that's on Pontiac Drive in Sylvan Lake. So please check it out. Find out how you can support that. Find out more about that also, sylvanlake.org, so you can support the 19th annual Sylvan Lake Shuffle, which could be its very, very last also. The West Bloomfield School District pentathlon families were celebrating recently, they were just celebrating beautiful weather, as well as some of their recent accomplishments, as well as the entire season that they had. Now, it's not always that we're just going to celebrate the football teams and the basketball team and athletic teams. So we want to support the math pentathlon team and their families who went out to Marshbank Park and just enjoyed some beautiful weather and just talked about reflection on their season and things of that nature with some sweet treats also. You're watching the pictures right here on Civic Center TV live. So you see the kids with their awards and their trophies and just talking about just decompressing after a long season, which I completely understand also. So you want to check out some of those photos also. You can visit them on their Facebook just to check it out. Facebook, West Bloomfield Schools on Facebook, I should say. And of course, WBSD.org on the website if you want to check out what they have going on. And as we are moving into the summer weather, there's also a lot to celebrate as we are moving into fireworks season, and the date is set for the annual Kego Harbor fireworks. We are getting closer to that 4th of July weekend, which means the 5th of July is the date that we really want to pay attention to. It's the big day on the heart of the lakes. Cass Lake Fireworks Incorporated, an independent organization, by the way. They've been organizing the fireworks in the last recent years, and they will be doing so again this year. The celebration starting at 8:30 July 5th. For everyone to enjoy. Of course, there's going to be a lot of great excitement. You want to make sure you dress appropriately, bring out your lawn chairs or whatever the case that you may need, and make sure you got the kids nice and ready for that event. You can visit the Facebook page to get more information at Cass Lake Fireworks for more information to check that out and see exactly what's going on. So we are so happy to keep you informed about what's going on throughout the week and within our community right here on the Splash Live. On behalf of the entire team, Tyler Keefe, Jake Schaff, Peyton Skyver, my name is Kevin McIntosh, your host for today. I appreciate you. And per usual, we are live, we are local, we are social. Thank you so much. We are on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Thank you again.